So the first thing I want to do here is create a rough edit to the music. I've pre-selected this song, and it's a great patriotic song. I'm going to trim the opening bit here. And what I'm doing here is just finding a good endpoint for the track. I want it to be about a minute 20 to a minute and a half. So I'm going to do a quick audio cut. What I'm doing here is calculating roughly how long each frame should be. I know that the track is 84 seconds long, and I know that I have 9 style frames that I need to get into those 84 seconds. So if I divide 84 seconds by 9, that gives me 9.3. So what I'm doing here is dragging and duplicating each of the frames, which are roughly 9 to 10 seconds long. I'm going to create 9 copies of this. By selecting the gaps in between the frames and hitting delete, Premiere deletes the space in between frames. So now I'm dragging and dropping each style frame to replace the frame 1 style frame that I've duplicated throughout the timeline. Okay, so now I should have all 9 style frames in the edit with the music. So based on the music, I know I would like something to happen here. So what I'll do is just cut the frame 1 style frame, scale it up and reposition slightly so that I know something happens here. The same here, I'd like the second frame to come in at this point. So now what I'm going to do is just move through the rest of the timeline and select points in the music where edits or something should happen and just edit the rough draft. So my thought here was that I could cut the end of the music and then just do a fade out. But then I realized it may be better just to cut earlier in this part of the track. I know that the end of this original track, there is an ending that could possibly work. So now I'm going to splice the two sections together. And I'm just editing one frame at a time. Okay, let's see what we've got so far. I felt like something needed to happen right here. And keep in mind, this is just a very rough animatic at this point. Awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything in my timeline, and I am going to replace with After Effects composition, which just shoots everything over to After Effects. Then I go back into Premiere and I'm going to undo so that all my layers are back to their original form and not an After Effects composition. So back in After Effects, I'm going to speed through this part. But what I'm doing is replacing each still frame with my pre-designed After Effects compositions. And these compositions were created in the main title design course. So if you haven't checked that out yet, please do. I go through the processes of designing each of these style frames and how we went from creative brief, client needs to style frame design. So because we made the edits in Premiere, I know that where certain things need to happen. So what I've done here is created a marker in my timeline and put the comment something happens here. Again, rough markers for where things need to happen, but it's a great blueprint to start with. So with that said, let's move into the first scene of animation, scene 1.